The worst time to build a save system is when your game is complex enough to need one. Let that sink in. There were three major components that I needed in the save system. One was a wrapper, which basically reads and writes from the file. We had an interface that was attached to every component that needs to be saved, and the entities, which have those interface linked components that need to be saved, like your player and your enemy. I went with the JSON here instead of the binary formatter because I have done this before. Last time I did it under the name Project Toxin, and that was completely scrapped. 3 months of hard work poured into that game, and I scrapped it entirely because it just wasn't that fun anymore and the bugs just kept coming. So 2 months, 3 months after scrapping that project, I started again completely fresh. This time I did not want that to happen. That's why I went with the JSON. Everything on the player was wired up except one thing, which was the mover script, and that's the most fundamental thing if you think about it. When you're playing a game, you want to save where you are, right? So that was the next thing I implemented. But what came after, I was not expecting that. When the game actually starts, what save file do you actually load from? I just went with the last one. Whatever file you saved last will be loaded. I can change that whenever I want, but that's what I went with. And to do that, first I started using static classes, which was not a good idea because static classes are not used for this. Every time I start the game, those static variables will be reset. So instead, I went with PlayerPrefs, exactly what I need for small data. Just the name of this last save file and whether it was an autosave file or not. Because in this game I save them separately. Autosaves are different, normal saves are different. That's it. That's the save system. Move, save, quit, reopen, it remembers. Next we have scene transitions. This is what will let you go from one world to another. The Steam page launches on Halloween, wishlists open then. If you're following this from the beginning, thank you. There's a lot more coming.